All right, and we are back doing it again. Another show, another time. Me and Big Daddy Dan, Big Daddy Dan in the house. We're
What's
gonna make
going
that
on,
one
Chris?
stick, man. We're gonna make that stick. Um,
I don't
uh,
think nobody's calling me that.
nobody's gonna call you that, bro. Nobody's gonna call you. So we wanted to recap, and this is something that we're gonna be doing. We're gonna be recapping each weekend's games. We were trying to do this a little earlier. A little technical problems got us to the point where we are right now, but we wanted to get it out. Um, we wanted to talk about the game that we went to real quick, and that's what we'll do. We'll cover over some of the scores that for this weekend. We'll also talk about. We were going to talk about what was the other thing? Our stat leaders for the weekend. It's always
Yep.
good there. We're going to mention some names and stuff like that, and then on top of that, we got a couple of hot picks that we kind of valued over the week. So, and then we'll just recap and we'll talk to you guys about the next shows because we're getting ready to go over some other things, and we'll talk about that at the end. So me and you got to go travel up to your old hometown of Coolidge
Yep.
and watch the Coolidge versus Santa Cruz Valley game. Um, so go ahead, break something down for me. Kind of give me a little because I know we're gonna hop in that here anyways. Anyway.
Oh yeah. No. So I think we talked about it last show. What we were kind of expecting as far as both teams, the struggles of Coolidge last year. How was Santa Cruz Valley going to be able to pick up themselves from losing some key players from the prior year? But I think overall, it was definitely a close game, which is what we were hoping for. It was a real good game that actually went down to the last drive. I think if you look at Santa Cruz Valley, they do have a good quarterback that they're plugging in this year, and he's only a sophomore in Chico Reyes. I think what I liked about him most is that he's a little bit more mobile than Nathan Harris was in the
Okay.
pocket. So he's able to get out of the pocket a little bit, and pick up some yards on the ground if the pass is not there. Their running game looked pretty strong, especially kept Coolidge off the field for a majority of the game. But as far as Coolidge goes, I think they're moving in the right direction.
Agree. Agree.
I think the key thing for them, especially early on their first drive, was they had a fumble, which kind of killed their momentum. They were driving the ball
Right.
pretty well, and that fumble kind of changed things up a little bit. And then I think one of the things I noticed with them is their quarterback. He plays cornerback, and he's their return man. Happened to return a kickoff for a touchdown,
Mm.
which ultimately the little things cost teams and got negated with a penalty, but they were still able to put the ball in the end zone on
So
that drive.
still a little depth issues that obviously,
Yeah,
could come in time, but I mean, they
I
kind of
think
kind of running them thin.
that small ball, when you look at it,
Gotcha.
you got to be willing to run both sides of the ball. But
Right.
overall, I think both teams are, trending in the right direction, especially for maybe Coolidge's next couple of games where
Mhm.
it might look a little bit more even, where they could pick up some victories. I was just wondering how that offense was going to rebound. Their defense actually was doing pretty well. And then Santa Cruz, I think, it's almost like they didn't skip a beat, even though they're plugging in a few more players.
I
Is there
was
anything
really
that Oh, go ahead. Yeah, I was
Oh,
gonna say,
okay.
is there
I,
anything you wanted to
I was kind of seeing, and it was almost like did did Coolidge get better and Santa Cruz kind of dipped down, so they kind of met a little bit more in the middle, kind of thing, or did Coolidge get a little bit, even better than like what I maybe pictured or whatever the case might be. But you did obviously see some of that gap kind of close, especially from what we were talking about, even the scores from last year. That there was a lot more of a more competitive game, something to actually give a little bit more excitement back to the crowd base,
Mhm.
rather than a blowout. So it was a, a great game to kind of watch and go down. I was actually glad we went and checked it out.
Yeah.
Always love to go down and see the Coolidge people and stuff like that. And you just good energy both sides, hands
And I
down. It was hot though.
and I think, yeah, no, it definitely was hot, but, To piggyback off of you, what you said, I think for a first game for Coolidge, you could see the parents of this class, you know, whether
Mhm.
they're freshmen or seniors, um, definitely showed out on the Coolidge side. I think I went to a game last year or viewed a game, and the bleachers were there was barely anybody in there. It was almost completely empty. So,
Like a huge weight been lifted off of the schools, kind of.
yeah, absolutely. And then Santa Cruz, I mean, that community travels so well. They they're gonna show up on any given game, no matter how far it is. They'll definitely be there. So overall, I think when you look at it, both teams should continue to strive to be better. I
Right.
just first games got to kick off that rust. Don't let the little things kind of hinder the overall performance. So
Great hospitality from both sides. And also, once again, one thing I did love and they were able to provide was they do stream their games on YouTube. So feel free to definitely check them out. That was at Coolidge Athletics, at least is
yes.
what I was typing in to find it. So you can go back and kind of watch that game. Definitely do that. We're going to go ahead and actually jump into our score pages here. We're going to go ahead and check out that game. Obviously, the first one here is actually going to be the game we were talking about. The end result, as you can see, was Santa Cruz Valley taking the victory 20-14. Here we also had Sholo over Florence 28-0. We had Santan Foothills over Push, or actually being beat out by Push Ridge at home 10-53. Sabino versus Valley Christian at 14-18. Safford was 14, losing to Morenci, who had recently dropped down to 2A over. They beat him by 20. And then ALA Ironwood 21 and being beat out by Thatcher. Any of these games kind of shock you, or you want to go ahead and talk to me about any of these?
You know what? I think I have to go to the one where I picked a possible upset, which was Florence versus Sholo. I was thinking a little bit closer game at the end of the day, but for Sholo to shut out a team like Florence, who was a playoff contender last year, it just goes to show that once that scheme starts changing, or kids are coming and going, it can definitely hinder a um a team, especially with chemistry. And if I look back at it, Sholo had over 300 yards of total offense to Florence's 165. So you see the big difference on the offensive side of the ball. Definitely going to be tough to rebound for Florence, especially we talked about their schedule. So I think overall that was my biggest surprise there. Is there anyone that kind of caught your eye?
Well, I mean, I think me and you both picked that Sabino game as a possible upset as well. And they duked it out. I mean, obviously, it's probably, I mean, it's the closest score pretty much out of the weekend for the 3A here, and it goes to show that Sabino's back because Valley Christian obviously is a solid squad, so on and so on, and it was a good test for Sabino, and I think it showed, hey, look, we are not going quiet into the night. So I think it was a great thing to have that game as one of the ones that me and you both valued as going to be a good game. So that would be my throw in there. But let's go ahead and take another look here over actually at our two A's. A 2A, what we had a Benson was over Bisbee 34-0. We had Wilcox defeating Palo Verde 49-0. Catalina getting Santa Rita 36-6. Phoenix Christian with a strong beat here at 47-7 over Tanca Verde. Tombstone takes the L 7-28 over by Miami. Desert Christian comes in 28-18 over ALA Anthem South, and Santa Cruz Valley, the one that we were just talking. Obviously, we mentioned 20-14 over Coolidge. How about you on this one?
You know what? Before I get into that one, I just want to send a big congratulations to Desert Christian on their first win at the 2A level. Didn't
Very
pick them to win, so congratulations there. I
big
think
kudos.
yeah, definitely big kudos. I think overall, the biggest shocker for me was the Benson and Bisbee score. I did not expect for Benson to win that one so easily, but it just goes to show, when you lose one star player, it could definitely hinder a program. And with Sebastian Lopez now gone, I talked about it in the show, who's going to take over, as that key player. And for Benson, I mean, 34 points. It looks like, things are trending in the right direction for him. And I hope they could keep that momentum.
My game on this one here would have had to been the Phoenix Christian Tinkerverti game. I we both kind of predicted that Phoenix Christian was still going to win it, but I thought it was going to be a little bit closer game. I thought there was. I mean, it's kind of shocks me that it's such a 40-point difference here. I would have figured that it could have been a little bit more there. Unfortunate, it is what it is. You kind of just got to evolve and go with that one. So I mean, best. Hopefully, Tinkerverti can get it together and duke out the rest of the season. This wasn't a win for them, like off of max preps. Anyways, they were predicted to lose this game, so I'm not disappointed. I'm kind of just wish it was a better match, if that makes sense.
No, definitely.
All right. So other than that, we do want to talk about our stat leaders. I mean, we got some good ones here. Just right out the gate. I mean, we'll both talk about these. We're going to start first off with the passing stat leaders. We're going to start off with our leader for the situation here is Dawson Judd at 315 yards right out the gate. He's a senior over there at Benson at 5'11", 180 pounds. The guy is a monster right now. And then on top of that, we got Chad Johnson coming in from Thatcher with 211 yards. 6 foot 164, and then I want to say race. You help me with that one. Pino. Well, I apologize, race. We weren't trying to throw you down there. 177 yards coming out of Push Ridge, and that's our top three with the passing stats. I'm going to go ahead and let you go ahead and run with the next group here, which is our rushing stats. Are you able to see it, or are you squinting?
No. I think I can see it good. So leading the pack is Zachary Haley out of Sabino with 185 yards. Asher Ward out of Wilcox. So Wilcox got a lot in the top 5, it looks like. So Asher Ward and Caleb Cook, one with, me,
we're on the far left.
111 yards, and then 99 yards. So Wilcox did a number on the ground, it looks like.
And Zach, just for the correction, it wasn't 185 and 147. I know he's kind of
147. Yes,
he got his weights down. It's all good. Got his weight down. You're good. I'm going to do here the receivers. The receivers here, we got Dominic Painter coming out from Push Ridge at 164. Wayne Stark. God, that sounds almost like a superhero.
Yeah.
Wayne Stark kind of name. He started off here at 83 yards, as well as Jason Santo, 83 as well. So that wraps up the 3 top contenders for our receiving stat leaders. And I'll go ahead and let you get this one here, the tackling ones.
All right. Well, even though they picked up, they had a loss this past week, Zayden Cundiff out of Florence. I mean, this dude's a tackling machine. I think he might have led 3A in tackles last year. He had 14, and you were gonna have to help me with that last name. It's Bryson Bumgardner.
Bumgardner, yeah. Let's go.
Yep. He got 12 out of Tinkerverti, and then another Tinkerverti player, Fabian Hernandez, is tied with Josiah Jones from Push Ridge with 10. So 2 tied at 3, but that's your top 3 in tackles there.
So great guy. I mean, honestly, I'm really excited to see how all this stuff goes. These are some big boys in here too, if you go look at it.
Oh yeah.
Make sure that you guys check out that. I'll be posting up the stat leaders for this week on our page. So make sure you check that out as well. And that was the wrap up on that one. So looks here, we're going to talk about something different. We're going to go ahead and we're going to bring up our 3A player of the week, and I'll let you go with them. Like I already mentioned them earlier, so feel free.
Oh yeah. I don't think there's a couple of people we were stuck on, but you know what? Dominic Painter, 7 receptions, 164 yards, and 2 touchdowns last week against Santan Foothills, which makes him currently ranked 5th in Arizona in receiving yards. So hopefully it'll give him some motivation to stay up in to that top 5 over there. But if you look at their overall passing stats, for 227 yards of total passing, he had 164. So a big game from Dominic. So congratulations to you for, on such an amazing game, and can't wait to see what he does next week.
And then we got our 2A one, which I'm going to go ahead and drop on here. This is Dawson Judge, man. I got to actually meet Dawson Judge down in Sierra Vista while they were doing a 7-on-7 thing. You talk about a beast guy. This guy is like, you're talking about 23 out of 31 catches out of attempts, 315 yards. His completion rate, obviously 74.2. He had passing touchdowns. He had 4. I mean, we're talking about a guy who was doing it on the rushing side. He was doing on the offense, the defense. I mean, the guy, like, if you go back and you look at this, right? So it's an easy pick on this one. On pretty much almost every single stat, his name's popping up, so we had to give him a mention. So big shout outs to you, Dawson. We got a lot going on, especially even kicking it off with that upset there too as well. So so a lot going on. This is something new that we're trying to do on the show, is just kind of recap what we go over and everything like that. I think this went pretty quick. We're only sitting here at just past 15 minutes. We did well.
These ones won't be as long as our weekly predictions and stuff like that, where we kind of break it down, but bring some recognition to these schools and these teams. And especially all you got to do is put in your stats, and we can definitely get some kids in to these stat leaders, pick some players to give some shine to. But before we wrap up, I want to give a big shout out to Santa Rita as well.
Yes.
I don't remember the last time I was able to sit there and review their stat line for a game. So even though they had a loss on that one, definitely kudos to you guys for putting in your stats.
We want to show our kids in our community some love and support, and we do that through the stats, and it's got to be posted up by the coaches and everything else. Please make sure your rosters are fulfilled and done. Like we're mentioning, obviously stats as well. We're trying to do our best in making the Tucson, Pinal County market as best as we can. So we appreciate all the support. Please subscribe the page, tell people about it, and let us know what's going on. Was there anything else you needed?
Hey, just be ready to tune in and see our predictions. I know the polls are out. Can't wait to see the results on what the people have to say. So stay tuned.
Oh, we're going to talk about it. All right. We're good, man. Yo, make sure you check out SitBax. Go grab these chairs, man. I swear to God, after sitting there at Coolidge, I wish I would have had mine. We'll be using it next time. Here we go.
Meet SitBax Bleacher Seat, the first comfy stadium seat. I'm a parent with kids in sports. I've lived on the bleachers and tried countless stadium seats. I found light seats, foldable seats, hot seats, this seat. I couldn't find a comfy seat, so I made my own. First, it has a tall back with lower back, middle back, upper back, and neck support. It's lined in thick, full-body contoured padding, complete with a head pillow and optimal height armrests with cushions. It has a breathable mesh back, L-shaped folding arms, and its angular design frames your body so it won't block anyone's view. Compact, lightweight, and portable is a must, so we made it fully collapsible with padded adjustable backpack straps. While most seats are fixed, the SitBax Bleacher Seat reclines into a relaxed position. It was almost complete when I thought, what if I could also rotate the seat? So we added a rare swivel feature so you can fully rotate the seat in any direction and view from the best angle. And there we have it, the SitBax Bleacher Seat. When I received the first model, I was so excited. There was no pressure on my neck, no pressure on my back. I was floating. Finally, a comfy seat. Now we're ready to share it with the world. Whether you're dedicated parents, sports fans, or event goers, you've invested significant time and money into these experiences. Now get ready to sit back and relax.